Join us as we unravel chilling mysteries that haunt time itself, each step deeper into the abyss, daring you to uncover what lurks beyond. Stay close, the truth is waiting. Who was Jack the Ripper? The fog choked London's Whitechapel in 1888, a labyrinth of gaslit alleys where screams dissolved into the damp night air. Hooves clattered on cobblestones, and the stench of rot clung to every corner. A shadow moved, swift, surgical, unseen, leaving blood-soaked bodies in its wake. Mary Nichols was the first, her throat slashed on August 31st, her body carved with chilling precision. 4 more women, Annie, Elizabeth, Catherine, Mary Jane, fell to the same blade, their mutilated remains whispering of a killer with anatomical skill and a hatred that burned like hellfire. A taunting letter, signed Jack the Ripper, arrived at Scotland Yard, mocking the police's futile chase. Who was this phantom, and why did his spree end as abruptly as it began? Detectives scoured Whitechapel's slums, chasing over 100 suspects. In 2019, DNA from a victim's shawl pointed to Aaron Kosminski, a Polish barber with a shadowed past. Yet, researchers at Liverpool John Moores University disputed the findings, citing flawed data. The killer's face remained a void, his motives a cipher. Witnesses spoke of a man with cold eyes, vanishing into the fog, as if the city itself swallowed him. Some swore they felt a presence in those alleys, a malice that lingered long after the murders stopped. Whispers of occult rituals or a demonic pact fueled nightmares. Could a human alone wield such calculated cruelty? Jack the Ripper's shadow still stalks Whitechapel streets in our minds. Was he Kosminski? A doctor? A myth? The fog hides his truth, and every creak in the dark begs the question, is he still out there? Who was the Zodiac Killer? Northern California's nights turned sinister in the 1960s, where moonlight on Lake Herman Road cast long, menacing shadows. A car's engine hummed, then fell silent. Gunshots cracked through the stillness, and a killer's cipher began to haunt the world. David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen were gunned down in 1968, the first of at least 5 confirmed kills. The Zodiac Killer struck lovers' lanes and quiet streets, leaving bodies and cryptic letters taunting the San Francisco Chronicle. His ciphers, dripping with arrogance, claimed up to 37 lives. One survivor, Brian Hartnell, described a hooded figure with a calm, chilling voice, stabbing with mechanical precision. The killer's final letter in 1974 vanished like a ghost, leaving only questions. Police chased 2,500 suspects, from drifters to professors. In 2021, the Case Breakers, a team of former FBI agents, named Gary Post as a suspect, citing anagrams in the ciphers. But DNA tests, including 2023 analyses by the San Francisco Police Department, remain inconclusive. Amateur sleuths pore over ciphers, decoding fragments, but never the killer's name. Each lead dissolved into dead ends, as if the Zodiac mocked them from beyond. Survivors spoke of an eerie calm, like the killer was guided by something unearthly. His ciphers hinted at a mind obsessed with control, perhaps a ritualistic force. Some whispered of a cult, others of a darkness that chose him. The Zodiac's shadow looms over California's quiet roads. Was he Post? A nobody? Alive or dead? His ciphers still taunt, their secrets locked in ink, daring us to look closer, while fearing what we might find. What happened to the Sodder children? Christmas Eve, 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia, roared with flames. The Sodder home burned under a starless sky, the air thick with smoke and screams. 5 children vanished into the inferno, but the ashes told a different story. No bodies, only silence. George and Jenny Sodder fled with 4 of their 9 children as fire devoured their home. Neighbors saw a stranger hurling balls of fire at the house, and phone lines were cut. The fire department arrived too late, declaring the 5 children, aged 5 to 14, dead. Yet no bones were found, no trace of Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, or Betty. The official report claimed the blaze cremated them, but the Sodders felt a chilling truth. Their children were taken. Private detectives hunted leads across the country. Sightings of the children poured in, one in Texas, another in St. Louis, but each trail went cold. In 2020, a West Virginia historian, Stacey Horn, uncovered police records hinting at a local mafia vendetta against George Sauter, a vocal critic of corruption. A 1968 photo, sent anonymously, showed a young man resembling Lewis, but no DNA match was confirmed. The Sauters died believing their children lived. Witnesses reported a figure watching the fire, unmoving, as if orchestrating the chaos. Locals whispered of a curse, a malevolent force that stole the children and left only ash. Was it revenge, kidnapping, or something darker? The Sauter children's fate hangs like smoke over Fayetteville. Did they burn, or were they spirited away? The empty ashes mock every answer, whispering that the truth is out there, watching, waiting. What's inside the Vatican secret archives? Deep beneath Vatican City, in a labyrinth of stone corridors, the air grows heavy with secrets. The Vatican Apostolic Archives, once called secret, hum with the weight of centuries, 53 miles of shelves groaning under forbidden truths, locked in an underground vault. In 1881, scholars first entered this shadowed repository, finding papal bulls, ancient letters, and whispers of scandal. Documents from Pope Pius XII's reign, released in 2020, revealed his silence during the Holocaust, sparking outrage. Yet millions of pages remain unseen, fueling rumors of hidden truths, demonic exorcisms, alien encounters, or the Church's role in global conspiracies. What secrets does the Vatican guard so fiercely? Historians like David Kurtzer, a Pulitzer Prize winner, combed the 2020 Pius XII files, uncovering coded messages but no definitive answers. Archivists, bound by oaths, guard the vaults, where access is tightly controlled. In 2023, Vatican officials hinted at unreleased texts on medieval heresies, but requests for transparency were denied. Each opened file seems to birth more questions, as if the archives themselves resist revelation. Scholars report an eerie stillness in the vaults, like a presence watching from the shadows. Some claim to have heard whispers in Latin, unintelligible but urgent, as they handled ancient scrolls. Is it the weight of history, or something guarding the truth? The Vatican's vaults hold secrets that could rewrite history or shatter faith. Are they protecting divine knowledge or concealing human sins? Each locked door taunts us, daring us to imagine what lies beyond, while the shadows whisper. Some truths are better left buried. What happened at Dyatlov Pass? February 1959, the Ural Mountains howled with icy winds. 9 skiers pitched their tent on Kholat Syakhl, unaware that the snow would soon swallow their screams. By dawn, their camp was a frozen graveyard, and something unspeakable had claimed them. Igor Dyatlov's group fled their tent, half-dressed, into -30 degrees Celsius cold. When rescuers found them weeks later, their bodies bore horrific injuries: crushed skulls, missing eyes, a tongue torn out. No footprints but their own marked the snow. Why did they run? What tore them apart? Soviet files, labeled secret, fueled whispers of something unnatural. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case, concluding an avalanche drove the skiers to their doom. Swiss scientists at the Snow and Avalanche Simulation Laboratory confirmed this in 2021, modeling a slab avalanche that trapped them in a deadly ridge. Yet skeptics pointed to the grisly injuries, too precise for nature. Locals spoke of lights in the sky, and a 2021 tourist group vanished at the same pass, their fate eerily unreported. Survivors of similar expeditions described a pressure in the air, a low hum that rattled Pelyard the nerves. One rescuer swore he saw glowing orbs above the pass that night. Was it military testing, aliens, or a force beyond comprehension? The mountains kept their secret. Dyatlov Pass remains a frozen enigma. Was it just an avalanche, or did something stalk those skiers? The Ural winds still carry their screams, and the 2021 disappearance whispers a warning. Whatever took them may still lurk, waiting for the next unwary soul. What was the fate of the Roanoke colonists? Roanoke Island, 1587, stood bleak against the Atlantic's roar. The wind howled through the colony's wooden walls, where 115 souls clung to hope. By 1590, they were gone, swallowed by the wilderness, leaving only a word carved in wood: Croton. John White, the governor, sailed to England for supplies, leaving his family behind. When he returned, the colony was a ghost town. No bodies, no signs of struggle. The word Croton on a palisade hinted at a move to a nearby island, but no trace was found. Had they been attacked, starved, or absorbed into the unknown? Archaeologists, including a 2022 team from East Carolina University, excavated Hatteras Island, finding pottery shards possibly linked to Roanoke. DNA studies, ongoing in 2024, test local tribes for European ancestry, but results are inconclusive. Drought records from 1587 to 89 suggest starvation, yet stories of blue-eyed natives persist. Did they assimilate, or did the forest claim them? Local Croatan legends speak of a white spirit wandering the island, a restless presence tied to the lost. Early settlers reported eerie lights in the marshes, as if the colonists' souls lingered. Some whispered of a curse, a force that erased them from history. Roanoke's silence screams louder than any battle. Did they join the Croatan or perish in the wild? The word Croton haunts like a riddle etched in our minds. The island's shadows still beckon, daring us to step into the unknown, where the lost may still watch, waiting for answers. What happened to Amelia Earhart? The Pacific Ocean roared beneath Amelia Earhart's plane in 1937, a silver speck against an endless blue void. The radio crackled with her desperate voice. "We cannot see you. Fuel is running low." Then, silence, a silence that swallowed her forever. Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan aimed for Howland Island, 7,000 miles from completing her global flight. Poor maps and a failing antenna left them lost. Her final transmission, "We are running north and south," faded into the waves. No wreckage, no bodies, just the ocean's cruel indifference. A 12-day Navy search found nothing. In 2019, oceanographer Robert Ballard scoured Nikomaroro's reefs, where 1940 bones and artifacts hinted at Earhart's presence. No DNA match was confirmed. In 2023, a sonar anomaly off Howland sparked hope, but dives by the Deep Sea Vision team found only coral. Witnesses claimed distress signals days after her disappearance, ghostly echoes, untraced. Nikomaroro's natives spoke of a white lady whose spirit haunted the island, her plane a relic of ambition. Some pilots reported strange radio static in the area, as if her voice lingered. Was she cursed by her own daring, or something else? Earhart's fate hangs like a specter over the Pacific. Did she crash, starve, or live among strangers? The 2023 sonar blip taunts us, suggesting her plane lies just out of reach. The ocean whispers her name, daring us to dive deeper into its abyss. What happened to the Mary Celeste? November 1872, the Atlantic churned under a stormy sky. The Mary Celeste sailed from New York, her decks creaking with the weight of her cargo. By December, she was found adrift off Portugal, empty, untouched, a ghost ship in the fog. Captain Briggs, his wife, daughter, and 7 crewmen vanished without a trace. The ship was intact, stocked with supplies, yet the lifeboat was gone. No blood, no struggle, just eerie silence. The log's last entry, November 25th, spoke of calm seas. What drove them to flee? In 2002, McGregor and Phil Richardson theorized a water leak prompted Briggs to abandon ship, mistaking a pump failure for sinking. In 2006, Andrea Sella proposed an alcohol vapor explosion, but no damage supported it. Recent 2024 scans of the Azores seabed found no wreckage, deepening the enigma. Sailors reported strange lights near Mary Celeste's last known path, like beacons from another world. Some whispered of a sea demon, luring crews into the deep. The ship's perfect condition defied logic, as if plucked from reality by an unseen hand. The Mary Celeste drifts in our nightmares, a vessel without souls. Did the crew drown, or were they taken by something beyond the horizon? The ocean's silence mocks us, its depths hiding a truth too vast, too terrifying to grasp. What caused the Bronze Age collapse? Around 1200 BC, the Mediterranean trembled. Mighty cities, Mycenae, Hittite, Egypt, crumbled under a shadow that swept like wildfire. The air grew thick with dust, and civilizations fell into a silent, eternal night. The Bronze Age ended in chaos. Mycenaean palaces burned, Hittite armies vanished, and Egypt's new kingdom staggered. No records explain the collapse, only ruins whispering of sudden ruin. Was it war, famine, or something cataclysmic? In 2013, University of Sheffield researchers found pollen in lake sediments, revealing a massive drought from 1250 to 1150 BC. Crop failures and famine followed, weakening empires. The Sea Peoples, a mysterious confederation, ravaged coasts, but their origins remain unknown. A 2022 study by Tel Aviv University suggests earthquakes destabilized trade routes, compounding the chaos. Ancient texts describe the Sea Peoples as coming from the sea in their war ships, unstoppable, almost spectral. Some artifacts bear strange symbols, hinting at a lost culture. Did a supernatural force drive their fury, or was it human desperation? The Bronze Age's fall haunts like a warning. Was it nature's wrath, invaders, or a cosmic reset? The ruins stand silent, their stones whispering of a power that could strike again, lurking in the shadows of history. Where is Genghis Khan buried? In 1227, the Kinai Mountains of Mongolia shivered under a blood-red sky. Genghis Khan, conqueror of empires, fell in his tent, his last breath a secret. His men sealed his tomb, then died to guard it, leaving only whispers in the wind. Genghis Khan's burial site was erased from history. Legend says his funeral procession slaughtered all who saw it, and a river was diverted over his grave. No trace of the great Khan's tomb has ever been found, despite his empire's vast shadow. Since the 1990s, archaeologists like John Mann have scoured the Kinai Mountains. In 2023, satellite imagery from the University of Chicago revealed anomalies near Burkhan Khaldun, but excavations found only ancient tools. Mongolian reverence for the site, deemed sacred, stalls progress, as locals fear disturbing his spirit. Nomads tell of a curse on those who seek the tomb, strange illnesses, sudden storms. A 2021 expedition reported equipment failures and eerie howls at night. Was Genghis Khan's will so fierce it guards him still, or is something older at play? Genghis Khan's tomb lies hidden, a secret carved in blood. Is it buried beneath Mongolia's sacred peaks, or lost to time? The mountains watch, silent and unyielding, whispering that some graves are meant to stay sealed forever. Feel free to leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more mysteries like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.